Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about Colorbond Dune, which is one of the most popular colours, I think, in the Colorbond range. It's been popular for a very long time, and I think that's because it's a beautiful warm grey that goes with a lot of other colours, and so it's very easy to use on an exterior. So this is Dune here, and you can see that's the metal and that's the paint. So it's always going to look a little bit different in the metal because all colours look different in different finishes. So I want to show you it here with Colorbond Surf Mist so that you can see the beautiful warmth that's in here. So it's a lovely warm grey, and I really like to use it for exteriors because it is a very neutral colour and it doesn't jar. And when you see it on a roof, most of the time it will just look like a silvery grey colour. But because it's got that warmth, it's quite approachable and is really beautiful to use with other warm tones. So here I'm showing it with Colorbond Wallaby. And you can see that because it's got that warmth as well, these colours all work really well together. So if you're thinking about using it perhaps with a blue, that's not going to work. It can work with some greens. It does work with Colorbond Woodland Grey, which has a green undertone. It works well with Colorbond Monument, which is very neutral Colorbond colour, but it doesn't go with things like Colorbond Windspray, which has a greeny blue undertone, and it doesn't go with really any of the colder blues or the cooler grey colours. But if you're using a lovely greige on your house, so Wallaby is a beautiful greige. It's that sort of mixture between beige and grey. And if you're using any of those colours, then Dune will really work very well. If you're using white on your house, Dune will work well with it. Again, tend to go towards those warmer whites rather than the cold blue whites. But it really is a very user-friendly colour to use. You quite often only see the underlying colour in it when you're looking at the guttering and the fascia. You don't normally notice that so much on the roof. You do see it a lot if you're going to use it for a garage. So be mindful of that. Now, the undertone in Dune is like a very warm pinkish brown. So sometimes people are put off by this because they hear the word pink and they think, oh my goodness, no, I don't want that on my house. So it does have that sort of browny pink undertone, but actually it goes really well with so many other neutrals. It's just that will show through more, particularly if you put it with something that is the wrong undertone. So as long as you keep it with those sort of warm greyish tones, it's going to work really, really well. Now, some people do like to also use this just as a paint colour, and that's a really great option to use. But again, with paint, that colour, the sort of undertone of the pink and the brown will come through more on paint than it will on the metal finishes. So that's just something to be aware of. And if you do want to maybe get that sort of look, but you don't want it to be quite as warm, there will be colours in the Dulux range, if you have a look, that are sort of similar to Dune, but just aren't quite so sort of pinky and brown. So I think it's a great option to use. It comes in the matte finish, which is very nice to use. It also comes in the ultra range, so that if you're near the ocean and breaking salt spray, then you can use it there, and that's why you see so much of it along with surf mist in coastal regions. So hopefully that's answered some of your questions about Colorbond Dune. I'd highly recommend it, but just do be aware of that very warm undertone and ensure that you partner it with other colours that will complement it rather than will really jar with it. So stay away from the blue undertones, stay away from the really cool green undertones. But as I say, you can use some greens with it, but just be, very careful about that. But if you're looking at any of those beautiful whites and neutral greyish tones, then Dune really is a great option to consider. So follow me on YouTube, and you'll find lots more information for when you're building a new home or you're renovating. And also have a look at my Instagram, and I have a website with a blog that has hundreds and hundreds of articles for you to explore too. So thanks for joining me today.